Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here today. If you don't know me already, my name is Melissa Levin, and I am co-founder of M&O. And in this session right here, we're going to talk about that play button. This is the button that we are going to want to use as much as possible. And what that means is we are playing it forward for our other members. And if our entire chapter is using that button quite a bit, it means that we're all playing it forward for each other. It means that we're all hopefully building our fan base or building our businesses, whatever reason we're here for. So I'm going to go over what this play it forward button is. The first thing I need to do is share my screen. Okay, so here is the desktop version of the app. So whether you're desktop or whether you take your phone and open the app, this button down here on the bottom right is the play it forward button. So I'm going to click the button. And in here, you have 6 different items. You have a session, you have event attendance, referral, post, business bucks, and visitors. So first off, I'm going to explain what a session is. So sessions are really, really important. And the one thing I want to advise you when you first start out and all the way through, but make sure you do sessions. If you can, try to do 1 session a week with a member. Don't do more. You'll burn yourself out. And you also won't be able to give that member you're doing the session with the attention that they need, because you're going to be learning about each other and you're going to want to promote them. So try to stick to 1 session a week and get that session in. This is going to help you get what you want out of M&O. So what is a session? A session is, it's an hour long approximately. You can meet on the phone. You can do a video call. You can meet in person if you're comfortable with that. But you can meet however you like, but it's about an hour long. There's 30 minutes that you kind of interview each other. And in that 30 minutes is where you're going to find out a lot about each other. Some professions need to build a lot of trust. So if you're a financial advisor, or if you're a CPA, or professions like that, when you refer someone to someone that is handling finances or something of big importance, if they are not good at what they do, it can make you look really bad. So this is why we want to do a session. This is where we're going to build the trust. Maybe we can see what they do. They can give us samples, but this is how you're going to get that trust and build that trust. Once the trust is there, they will be much more comfortable in giving you referrals. On the musician side, I love music. I'm a business professional. I love to sing, but I don't consider myself a musician that is out there. Musicians are extremely talented, so I'm in that middle level. But the musicians that are out there making their own music and they want people to hear it, we need to know about that music. The more we know about you, the more we know maybe why you made a song, or what is this song about, or who's your target audience. We need to know about it in order to show your music to someone, because I'm sure you can all relate to if I tell a friend of mine, hey, you got to listen to this song of someone they don't know, they're gonna be like, sure, but they probably will never listen to it. So if we have background stories and we can start talking about it and engaging people, it's going to be much more helpful and much more useful. So that's what a session is. Highly recommend, again, once a week, get a session in with 1 member from your chapter or even outside of your chapter. This is a place to build strategies on thinking out of the box, like what can you do together to build your business or your music. So let's say that we just did a session. I'm going to click on here and click session. And I would say, let's say I did a session with Emo, the other co-founder of M&O. And we did this today. I just clicked the date. Where did we meet? Let's say we met on Zoom. And what did you discuss? You can put whatever notes you want in here. This is for you. If you spoke about something specifically and maybe at some future date, you're going to want to reference that, put that in here. But that's what it's for. It's for future referencing purposes. Okay, so that's how you enter a session. Event attendance. Event attendance can be either live or it can be online. It can be a watch party. There's different things that you can do, but it can either be a show, it can be a seminar. So let's say that you went on Facebook Live and you watched someone that was doing a show or a seminar, or you did a watch party for that person, or you went to a live event. If any of those things happened, what you want to do is search. I'm just going to use Emo in all of these. So I'm going to click Emo. And I had gone to see a show of his in Arizona. So I'm going to just put Arizona. It was Lucy's. And the event date was on Christmas. I went to Christmas Day and the 26th. So I'm going to put the 26th. If I have a picture, I put a picture in here. So what is so cool and awesome is if you're at an event, you can just take a picture, or if you're doing a Facebook, something on Facebook, you can take a picture with your phone and insert that picture there. If you don't have one, that's okay. So number of guests you brought. It's easy if you go to an event. If you go to one and you brought 2 people with you, that's easy. But if you're doing a Facebook watch or something like that, people are going to pop in and out of there. So you can go in afterwards and see on average how many people popped in and out of there. We know they're not going to stay, but let's say 10 people did. I brought 1 person to his live show. So the show name, I don't know. Let's just put Aladdin. Not too important. If there was an actual show name or something, you could put it in there, but it's not necessary. So that's simple. That's how you do an event attendance. A referral. So there are 2 types of referrals. There are connections and there are just a plain referral. So what a connection is not someone necessarily that wants to listen to your music, or it's not necessarily somebody that wants to use your product or service. But what a connection is someone that may be able to give you a continuous stream of business. So let's say for a musician, let's say some of your music is very uplifting and it helps people when they're in a really bad time of their life. So what you could ask for as a connection would be a therapist. And this therapist could be potentially giving you new fans that when they come into this state of mind, that they put their headphones on and they go into your music and they come out feeling better. So that's an example of a connection for a musician. A connection for a business professional could be, for example, a mortgage broker. A realtor would be a connection for a mortgage broker. The reason why is if you have a relationship with a realtor, and then that realtor, you know, it has someone buying a home, and then they're going to keep continuing giving you referrals. So remember, this is important. This is an example, but if there is a realtor in your chapter, you can still refer another realtor to the mortgage broker, for example, because connections are the gifts that keep on giving. This mortgage broker may want to be connected to a ton of realtors so that he or she can get a continuous flow of referrals coming in. But we know that when, you know, as long as the relationship is there and solid, that when the mortgage broker has someone that wants to buy or sell a home, they're going to refer that business within M&O. So that's what a connection is for both a musician or a business professional. And one thing I really want to reiterate, a referral is not a referral until they want to speak to you. So if you send an email and if you connect people, so you want to connect them. So if I receive an email, for example, that says, hey, call this person, they might be interested in your services, the connection wasn't made. What you want to do is send an email to the person you're referring, and myself, for example, together, and say, hey, I wanted to introduce the 2 of you. Hopefully it'll work out, blah, 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 whatever. But connect them in some way, fashion, shape, or form. So I'm skipping down. How did you make the introduction? You made it from an email, or you made it on social media. So if you saw someone online and they needed services and you were able to get them to connect, not a post where someone's looking for a realtor, for example, again, and you say, I have the best realtor. But if you can connect the 2 of them in Messenger and they actually speak, then that's a referral. Whatever happens from there happens, but you were able to connect them and they spoke. A phone call, a text message, or in person. And then back up to here, the type is either yourself. So if you're referring yourself or someone else. I also want to say that if you for example, I'm going to use realtor in all this. So if you are not going to buy a home, however, you want to do a session with a realtor and you want to sit down and you want to do that initial consultation to see how they work, that's not a referral. That's simply a session. If you truly did want to buy a home, but it's not until like 30 years from now, it's too far away. But if it's in the next year or 2, and it's something serious, you can put that in as a referral. But for ourselves as being in the chapter, we want it to really be a solid referral, just like anything else. Maybe you don't use them, but the intent was there. And then, okay, this is simple, the name and any comments that you have. And the reason why we don't require an email or a cell phone or work is because the connection has been made already. They have all of this information and can reach them. Okay, so that is a referral. We're going to go down to posts. So this is how we post for the other members in the chapter. So all of us are responsible for making our own featured links. Those are our advertisements that we're going to do. So I'm going to show you how we do a post in M&O, and this is just on the desktop. On your phone, you can. There's a lot more places that you can post to, and I can't do that because Wi-Fi is down. But let me show you here first. So let's go. I'm going to post for Emo in the Founders chapter. So let's see which one I want to promote for him. Actually, you know, I'm going to actually, yeah, okay, I'll stick with Emo. Promote his YouTube channel in business groups. Okay, so I'm going to click that. And as you can see, the title came up that I just read. The URL comes up, which is where it's going. When I post, that's what is going to connect it back to Emo. And what he wrote in the description is his voice will take you somewhere magical. Click on his music videos, covers, or his behind the scenes work as he produces his original material. So much to discover, you'll be hooked. Okay, so he asked me to promote this in business groups. So I'm going to go to Facebook. And when I'm in Facebook, it's going to take me out of the app and take me into Facebook. I'm going to right click here and click on paste. So this URL is what comes up right here. And as you can see, all I had to do was paste, and what he prepared for me is already here. I'm just going to give it a little spacing to make it look nicer. And I'm also going to just space it a little because I like to do opening sentences. And as you can see, I can change it up a little bit. I like to do smiley faces, exclamation points. Not everybody does, but the gist of this feature link is here. So he asked me to share in a group. So I'm going to change this up here and put share in a group. I have become a member of many groups in Facebook on behalf of my members so I can promote for them where they ask. So I'm just going to type in business group. He didn't say where. He's a musician, so his music can be posted anywhere. So I'm going to post him in, let me see. I'm just going to promote for him in small business owners in Orange County, California. Click. Post to Facebook. So that's simple. That's simple. And so the job of each of us as a member is to make our featured links. If you take a look at my featured links, I've got a lot for people to promote. So people can promote me in many places. So that's how we post for somebody else. And it doesn't have to be Facebook. It can be LinkedIn. It can be anything. Anything. You can send a text message and that counts as a post. All right, business bucks. What is a business buck? A business buck is any money that you have made from a member of this chapter, from being a part of M&O. And so let's say that I gave a referral to a realtor and they closed business. So let's say that Emo's a realtor. We're going to pretend that. And let's say that I'm actually pretending that I'm the realtor here. So Emo referred someone to me and I closed business and I made $10,000 because it was a home sale that I made. So I'm going to put $10,000 in here. Note, this is only for tracking purposes. This is not, I'm giving Emo any of the money I made. This is nothing to do with that, but we are very goal oriented here. And we want to know that the rate on return for this investment here is that we're getting something out of this. So new or ongoing. What that means is, let's say Emo referred someone to me and I sold business. And then let's say that they want to buy an investment property and they buy another home, but it's the same person, then that would be ongoing. And it could yeah, it could, or if you have like residual income coming from something, certain businesses have that, financial advisors do, insurance products do. But if you have a residual type of business, you would put ongoing, and you would put that income in here. Comments, just make any comments about it, and which did the referral come from. So there's no data here. I might have some up here. Let's see, in the different Emo's in 2 chapters. Let's see. Okay, so these are people that he has referred to me. So when Emo put that referral in for me, it's going to pop up here. So I'm going to pick the person. So I'm going to say it's this guy right here. And this is the guy I made 10,000 bucks with. I'm not going to click done, because then it's going to act as if I made $10,000. This here, do not notify or show others where it came from. This is if you need for privacy privileges, you can click that and it's not going to give the details of it. So that's a business buck. So business bucks is what you put in for any money that is generated from a referral that you have received. I'm going to say that again, because this sometimes can be confusing. So business bucks are the money that you put in here from business, that money you have generated from referrals that you have received. So again, for a musician, it can be if they sell merchandise, they've made some money, they go in here and put the business bucks in for that. Well, okay, so visitor. This one's pretty simple. What a visitor is you have a visitor coming to the chapter, you put them in here. It's pretty straightforward. Pick the date that they're coming, and then it's going to automatically send them an email with a Zoom link and such, so you don't have to get them that information. Okay, so this is the play it forward button. We want to get to the point where this is used so much, and that everyone in our chapter uses this so much, so that means we're all doing fantastic. Okay, take care, everybody.